One state in northern Nigeria is equivalent to the whole of Southwest. Tinubu is OTP one time. My lecturer once told me something. My Calabar lecturer once told me something. He said, never ever in your life trust a Yoruba land. He said, if a Yoruba man shake your hand, he mean maybe or no. While in your heart, he mean yes. While in his heart, he mean no. He said, if a Yoruba man nod his head, he mean no. They are hypocrite in nature. He said, never ever trust a Yoruba man. Our northern brothers, they make a great mistake. Me personally, I did not vote for Tinubu because I already know the nature of Yoruba. All sort of are filing names that we are parasites, that we are useless, that they are going to teach us a lesson 2027, that even if Tinubu excelled to become the next president of Nigeria, that they are going to bring somebody from south, not the north. Maybe they have baby mentality. They don't know the north. They don't know our history. They are hypocrites. They behave like chameleons. And once they hijack power, their true color will prevail. And we have seen what Tinubu is doing, what Tinubu is trying to do regarding the tax reforms. The governor of Bauchi, Bala Mohammed, has warned President Bola Tinubu that his reform policy is anti-northern Nigeria, that we are going to teach him a lesson. This is not oligarchy. You understand? If he insisted that he is arrogant, that he insisted that the tax reform must come to stay, we are going to teach him a lesson 2027. He's going to lose election. His state where he come from, Osun State and Lagos State, did not vote for him 2023 election. He did not win. He did not win election in Osun and Lagos State. Did not voted for him. Me personally, I did not vote for him. And this fight did not voted for him. He only got 8.4 million. This fight, four people came from the north. He did not even get a massive vote. You understand? Let me assure you, people from Southwest, that we are going to teach you a lesson. This is your hypocrite nature. We are going to teach you a lesson. You are going to lose election. And once a Yoruba man lost election, a Yoruba man will never ever rule this country. Even thinking of becoming a vice. Let me tell you, we are going to teach this Yoruba, this direct message to Yoruba land. Once Tinubu lost election, no any Yoruba man will ever click to power again. This is a message to you because we have already identified your hypocrite nature. My father told me, he said, never, my Calabar lecturer told me, never ever trust a Yoruba man because they have hypocrite nature. They have what they say and what they mean are two different things. Never ever trust them. They are hypocrite people in nature. This is a direct message to you. I'm just warning you, Yoruba people, that calling us all sort of names, insulting us on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook will not make you to become a president 2027.
Hello, good afternoon, viewers. This is Satellite Media. You are Mr. Sir?
Dickin Johnson.
Okay, Dickin Johnson. Let's all look at what is happening in the country. Because recently, we saw for the first time the son of the president, talking about Tinubu, moving around all the parts of the north, trying to reach out to the needy, trying to reach out to the poor in what looks like a giveaway. But surprisingly, the north is turning around to say you are sharing food for northerners and giving laptop to southwesterners. In the same vein, we saw an Obi who was virtually going to every part of the northern state to build borehole, to drip borehole. But the northern elements who did not want a southerner to come there and have influence, perhaps political influence, take on Obi and said Obi is bringing about borehole that is not qualitative enough. This time around, they are attacking Tinubu. What is your view?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is Nigerian politics, and like I've always told people, Nigerian politics with his kind of uniqueness, with his kind of peculiarity. I call it a theater of the half-sword, a theater of all sorts of contraptions, all sorts of strange things, strange bedfellows, all sorts of abnormalities, all sorts of so all sorts of things they take place in Nigeria. So things we never expected. People we never expected they could work together. People we never expected they could become sworn enemies. You see them come together. So it is not undone. Don't forget, in Nigeria, this is a place where you hear cases. You hear people talking of Amalanjegbe politics. That's a brand of politics. Instituted by the late Lamida Adedibu in Ibadan. We have stomach infrastructure politics. Put in place by popularized by Fayose in Ekiti. Stomach infrastructure politics. You hear of Nakai politics. Our own is our own, popularized in the north. You have the Talakawa politics, popularized by the late Aminu Kanu those days. So it depends on the way you feel things. It depends on your own approach, your own modality to winning your audience, winning your voting populace to your side. It depends on the whatever gimmicks, whatever.
Well, let me jump in here, sir. Because we have a situation where Dr. Garos Galolu is everywhere telling the president that they not made a mistake voting for you in 2023. The mistake is said they don't hope to repeat in 2027. And apart from that, we have seen Northern Elders Forum coming out in clear terms to say that they will give consideration to a Northern candidate in 2027. And Middle Belt is saying we are not going along with the North this time around. We are going to go with Tinubu. Do you think a Tinubu have an inroad into the North from 2027?
And those people you're talking about Dr. Jalolo, talking about ACF. Where was ACF even in 2023? These are people without any known moral justification to talk about Tinubu president. In any case, the Arewa Consultative people never voted, never rooted for Tinubu during the 2023 general election. Besides, most of those people, those names being mentioned, those characters, those funny individuals, and they are political non-entities. These are people without any known identifiable political base in the north. So we have people calling the shot in the north today. We have the likes of Badaru Abubakar. Those are the people being respected in the north today. Even Dr. Jalolo, well, in his home state, perhaps in Adamawa, he will not control the kind of command, the kind of followership, the kind of court followership of Ribadu in the north. Those guys have no, they are just trying to grandstand and just to create attention, just to create a kind of to command the attention of the presidency. It's normal in a polity like this. It's a welcome idea, but by the time you now go there somewhere by saying that you are not going to root for Tinubu, you are not going to work with Tinubu come 2000, and by so doing Tinubu will lose in 2027. That's laughable. But they don't have that kind of
let me bring in question. What message do you have for those who have said because the popularity of Tinubu is going down in the north, that is why Tinubu is trying to go there to rekindle the hope of the Northerners in Tinubu presidency?
Who are the Northerners being talked about? Unless the word Northerners changes meaning.
Why I'm saying it,
I understand what you're saying now.
Under protest, people were virtually calling for military intervention in the north as a way of being dissatisfied with the approach of the current government. So people are saying that because the north are already losing interest in Tinubu's administration, that is why Tinubu is drafted to go and market Tinubu in the north again.
Most of the arguments being put forward by all these people, those arguments I see as a mere elitist argument. Those are the few similarly educated guys in the north. The real voters in the north, they will not come out to say order. The real voters in the north and the fringes, they are in the interlands of Borno. They are in Bama, they are in Baga, they are in Mishika, they are in Mubi, in Adamawa. Those are the real voters calling this swing, pulling the swing in the north. And that's an elitist argument.
Okay, now let me take this argument conversation to another direction. Because you did mention the then strong man of Ibadan politics.
You
mentioned, maybe you didn't mention the then popular man in Kwara talking about Saraki. Yeah, the point I'm making here is currently we have a situation where in River State, one man seems to be cutting the shot, talking about the FCT minister. Recently, we saw the Supreme Court judgment, and in what looked like the presidency taking side, he imposed state of emergency in that state. We have seen so many positions to that state of emergency, ranging coming from NBA, coming from Jonathan and Obasanjo, and even the presidential ally, talking about Professor Olejeka, have come out to criticize the president on it. I thought we have done with God for that reason.
Like I told somebody a while ago, our democracy is a process. It's a journey. It is not a destination. It is a gradual thing. We are gradually getting there. We are making progress. Don't forget our democracy, whether people like it or not, is a nascent democracy. It's just 25 or 26 years old. You wouldn't liken our democracy to a democracy like America and other senile climes that is as old as 350, 100 years old. We gradually getting there. It's interesting to know that there are certain things, certain mistakes we committed 20, 25 years ago under Obasanjo that are not repeatable these days. There are some certain steps, mistakes, misadventures we had 10 years ago under good luck, under Yaradua, that I wouldn't venture do them today. Simply because we are making progress. It's gradually growing, it's evolving, it's developing. So most of those people you talk about, the likes of Obasanjo and other women Nigerians, unfortunately, a vast majority of them, they don't even have the moral justification to condemn Mr. President concerning the state of emergency.
And Obasanjo did the same thing. But let me bring this angle. And Obasanjo did the same thing.
So I was coming there.
Someone like Jonathan imposed state of emergency under his watch.
The template is different. The template is different. Of course, he did that. In this case, Mr. President is he's been proactive. He's been proactive. Don't forget, in any given political administration, in any given setup, the primary responsibility of any government is the security of lives and property. And the honors lies on Mr. President to be proactive, to protect lives. Wanton life, the looming loss of lives, the imminent breakdown of law and order in Rivers State, as threatened by those militants in the creeks. He should Fubara be impeached. You're talking about partiality. What do you mean by partiality? So, which one is even better? For Mr. President to let loose those assembly members to carry out their impeachment threat against Fubara, or to declare a state of emergency whereby both camps will be sacked? Which one is partial? Which one is partisan? Is it not better to sack both camps and to maintain a semblance of balancing, a semblance of fairness and equity, than sacking only Fubara, allowing them to sack him? And the whole place is just thrown into chaos. It's thrown to, so Mr. President is trying to maintain law and order. According to this security report available to him, that any time from now, those guys, they will go back to the creek. And of course, you know, the kind of sabotage that will go with a bombing of pipelines. The country will lose in millions of dollars. So the burden lies on Mr. President to be proactive before they start doing all that, to do what he sees.
Let me bring this question. Beyond being proactive, legal luminaries have subjected Section 305 of 1999 Constitution as amended to scrutiny, to the extent that it does not empower the president to unilaterally remove a sitting governor.
Where were those when we applied the doctrine of necessity during the Yaradua administration to install Mr. President Goodluck as the acting president? So if the truth of the matter is that some things are giving political solutions as against the courtroom solution, as against the legal approach. So in your laws are made for people. People are not made for laws, for crying out loud. There are sometimes you apply executive order. You apply the prerogative to return sanity, to inject sanity in the politics.
Because what we are saying is that by so doing, by this act of Mr. President, that the rule of law is now a meritorious, that they have no force of the law. But beyond that, let me take you to what is happening in Kogi State.
Kogi?
And as we speak today, the Attorney General have asked the Senate leadership to resign. Talking about the issue involving Senator Natasha Agoti, who is facing recall. And as we speak, either have come out to say that those that submitted petition against her did not meet their own criteria, because according to them, phone numbers and addresses of those who signed it.
That of Natasha is better forgotten than discussed. They are playing to the gallery. Those attempting to recall And never in the annals of this country has anybody been successfully recalled. They thought with the idea of recalling Dino Melaye 9 years ago, it failed. It was a woeful failure. And just like the case of Melaye, like Natasha, that of Natasha too will hit the rock. It will not stay true. They will not make it. I don't see them getting the required figure, the required number to get him recalled. In any case, it is not in bad faith. Why would you want to recall him? That's nothing but political vindictiveness, political perfidy. Right? By trying to recall him simply because she's airing her views, simply because she's expressing her views. And we need characters like that in the polity to maintain a kind of check and balance in the system. We need more of Natasha in the system.
They claim to have gotten up to 50% signatories of registered voters in her constituency.
How feasible are those signatories?
They claim.
And, yes,
that INEC say, as part of our process, if you submit petition, the only now on us to go and verify the veracity of your claim in terms of the signatories,
their location,
and INEC is now saying that the addresses and the signatures are not attached.
They were made or they were fabricated.
That is what it looks like.
And of course, that's where politicians, they can go all way. They can go the extra mile to do and undo. Especially when it's a case of when you have made up your mind to hang your dog, any rope will do. So that's exactly what they are doing.
Let me bring this angle because there's a trending video where you can clearly see about 2 or 3 persons sat in a room signing for everybody.
No, sir. That's exactly what I talk about.
Maybe they want to rig the
process. When were those days?
Maybe they want to rig the process.
It will not work. Those days of 2-3 people, some printing ballot papers and stuffing it, registering 46,000 people, and the entire 46,000 people will vote in one particular local government. When were those days in Nigeria? Our democracy is evolving. It's growing. We are getting there gradually. Those days of 2 or 3 people sitting, trying to collect signatures to nail people. When were those days? It will not see the light of the day. It will collapse like a pack of badly arranged poker cards. I don't see Natasha going anywhere. The worst case scenario, the worst they can do to him is what has been done already, suspending him in the Senate. But as for the recall proper, forget it. It will not see the light of the day. It is not in bad faith, and I don't see any reason why they would want to do. I don't know what they even tend to gain by so doing. For crying out loud, he has just 2 years or thereabout, 2 years more to spend in that office. Why now allow the gentlewoman to spend the remaining 2 years bettering our democracy, hearing our views, expressing our opinion, and as long as he doesn't violate the right and the civil rights of others.
Okay, now, lastly, let me take you to the angle of the man Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay, lastly.
We had a situation where the Court of Appeal ruled that Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition for Kenya to Nigeria, and so he will be released unconditionally. Consequent upon that, we are seeing UN working group on arbitrary detention, asking federal government to release the man unconditionally. Federal government decided to appeal that case. At the point, the case was reassigned to another judge. Currently, we have Judge Omotosho who is handling it. We have seen several efforts to seek political solutions to Nnamdi Kanu's travail. We have seen the lives of Senator Enara Baribe leading his colleagues from the southern part of the country, meeting with the Nigerian Federation. We have seen so many interventions from minority caucus in the House of Rep, calling on Mr. President to release the man. All seem to have gotten a headway. What is your position about the release of Nnamdi Kanu, either politically or through the law courts?
I've always advocated for the latter. That's the political solution. So I've always advocated that for us to make headway in this Nnamdi Kanu case, the best way out is for us to apply a political solution in such a way that the eggers around Mr. President and the leaders of thought from the southeast and people in the inner cabinet of Mr. President will come together in a round table. They will give him some terms and conditions so that to ensure peace and stability, especially when it's eventually released. So I don't see. We have tried the law court. It's been legal gymnastics, legal acrobatics these last 10 years, and we seem to be making no headway. We seem to be making no progress. So having failed in that regard, I think the only alternative left to us now is to apply some sort of political solution. So it is not new. It is not a strange idea in the politics. I recall even in the days of the military, when our social crusaders, the likes of Dr. Bekora Sokutski, the likes of the late Shiganfayemi, and the rest of them, when they were advocating, then when they were involved in social re-engineering, when they were all over the street, campaigning for the restoration of democracy, for the validation of actualization of due self and what have you. So on several occasions, they were released on compassionate ground that